Hello everyone, today's video I'll be reviewing Abbott and Costello Meets the Invisible Man. Abbott and Costello Meets the Invisible Man was directed by Charles Lamont, produced by Howard Christie. The story was by Hugh Wedlock Jr. and Howard Snyder. The screenplay was written by Robert Lees, John Grant, and Frederick I. Ronaldo. The movie stars Bud Abbott, Lou Costello, Nancy Gold, and Arthur Franz. The movie was released on March 14, 1951. The plot of this movie is about Abbott and Costello graduating from the police academy. The two become private investigators, help a boxer who is accused of a crime he did not commit, and turns invisible to hide from the authorities. After a universal success with Combine the Monsters and comedy, fresh off the success with Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, Universal's next monster meet was Abbott and Costello Meets the Invisible Man. As a little kid watching this on the Abbott and Costello DVD set, my mindset was wrong, thinking that this was going to be a sequel to Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein. After the ending of that movie, thinking Vincent Price was going to be the Invisible Man, that is not the case here. The movie is its own thing and not a follow-up, and it's not a sequel to Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. What could have been funny if Vincent Price was in this movie, he could have been parodying himself from The Invisible Man Returns. Just like Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein, this one is good and funny as the previous movie. And the good thing about this, you don't need to watch Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein. The movie parodies and makes reference that this movie is in the same universe as the first Invisible Man movie. It's like they were poking fun of if Abbott and Costello were in the same universe like the previous ones. And the movie parodies the last Invisible Man movies, wrong man accused of a crime he did not commit. It's funny when they think Lou Costello is the great boxer where it's the Invisible Man fighting for Lou Costello. When no one believes Lou about seeing the Invisible Man, the psychologist tries to use hypnosis on him, but instead, Lou gives the doctor a taste of his own therapy. When the Invisible Man is driving fast, a police officer on a motorcycle tells him to pull over, and Lou tells the cop to tell him up front he's the one who's driving. The cop is shocked and speechless on seeing no one driving, and he sees Lou and Bud carrying the Invisible Man out of a restaurant. He goes to the same psychologist twice that Lou saw earlier, and the psychologist does not believe him. When they're at a restaurant, Lou orders two dishes, one for him and the Invisible Man. Lou orders pasta and a steak. Put them together and you get steak pizzaiola. Character actor Leonard Sheldon, who played Nick in It's a Wonderful Life, plays a real sleazy ball gambler. He's the one responsible for framing Tommy and murdering his friend. William Frawley, who plays the detective, who's like the Perry White of this movie. William Frawley will go on to star in the I Love Lucy TV show. He does not believe Lou and Bud up until the end when they prove Tommy was the one innocent and not the one responsible for murdering his friend. The ending is very funny when Lou and Tommy's blood type are identical. Lou gives Tommy his blood to help him get better and recover and turn back to normal. Lou turns invisible but only lasts for 5 minutes. Just when Lou thought that he had the advantage, he turns back being invisible, and his body deforms backwards. It was only temporary being invisible for Lou. While this movie may not be Meets Frankenstein, it's still very funny, a good one, still entertaining to watch, and to check out for curiosity. You could debate and argue this is in the same continuity as the last movies. Despite that I mentioned earlier, they make reference to Jack Griffin. Unlike Meets Frankenstein, that was its own thing and a parody, this one can count as a semi-parody and a semi-follow-up to the last Invisible Man movies. So that was my review of Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man. Like the video, subscribe, hit that bell button to get the latest updates on my YouTube channel. We've covered The Mummy, the Invisible Man Universal Monster movie series. Stay tuned for the Gilman Trilogy Universal Monster movie reviews.